Yes. Sean McMillan asks, also, you all totally failed to address the question I put on this when I suggested it. At the time, this was considered a candidate for the next Star Wars. Is it good enough to fill that spot in our hearts? Is it bad enough to? Basically, no.
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 But I mean, the point that I really want to get to is that that's the premise of the question is faulty. Because the next Star Wars does not mean awesome.
No,
the next
no,
Star
it doesn't.
Wars was the Phantom Menace. So,
Yeah, well,
yes,
literally.
maybe.
I like
no.
Fifth Element more than the new Star Wars.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah, but
We got into it
no.
during the episode. I didn't.
Yep.
I liked episode 1 more than Fifth Element.
I'm quite honestly not a fan of Star Wars, and I'm doubly not a fan of the Fifth Element. And for those of you who are trying to figure out our taste profiles,
Good luck.
good luck.
Yeah.
We like it.
Yeah.
You'll never guess. You'll never
Yeah, you'll
know.
never figure it out. There's actually a very complex algorithm that determines what each of us, how each of us are going to review each of these
We're actually
movies.
merely a series of sophisticated AIs that live in your computer.
Yep, and we're all run by Skynet, so this is what we're doing while we wait for the robot apocalypse.
Yep.
We're reviewing movies.
And I'm
It's-
Robot
and that-
Jockalypse.
And that's
Robot of chocolate. That was fucking great.
That was well played.
That was better than my joke.
That is the goal.
That was well played.
oh, it's gonna be back.
Want to ring the bell?
I'm taking it back. I'm taking them all back.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass, and I'm all out of bubblegum.
I'm a loner, Daddy. Rebel. I am the walrus.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to John Hates Movies, the movie review podcast where my friends stop me from performing just one ping in the bathtub by myself, and instead force me to watch movies.
Just one ping, Basili.
One ping.
Just one.
Just one ping only.
Give me a ping, Basili.
One
So-
ping only.
This week we have with us Eric Largent.
Sally ho.
We have Colin McMillan.
Chunky industrial waste puke.
We have Chris Arsenault.
What are these doors?
And we have James Barrup.
I don't know. Nothing.
I thought you were quoting the Caterpillar Drive.
Give me one ping. Just give me one ping, Vasily.
One ping, Vasily. How about
One ping only.
Commander? They're gonna give you the Lenin. What is it? The word?
The Order of Leningrad.
Oh,
or
yeah.
the Order of Lenin for this.
Yeah, Commander. They're gonna give you the Order of Lenin for this. There you go. Tim Curry.
What do the Beatles have to do with this?
So, for those of you who were curious what we watched The Hunt for Red October.
Febtober.
Yeah!
Yes!
Febtober.
When a Soviet nuclear sub headed towards American waters drops off U.S. scanners, the Yanks and the CIA analyst Jack Ryan scramble to respond. Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So
That's
the Yanks were
part
in
of
fact
it.
coming.
The Yanks.
Starring Sean Connery, Alec Baldwin, a very young Alec Baldwin,
Yeah.
Yes.
Scott Glenn, and directed by John McTiernan.
All right. Johnny Mac.
Good job, Mr. McTiernan.
Wait,
Yeah.
You made that movie.
what's
It was
the
a
name
good
of the-
movie. It was well directed. Thank you, Colin. They were
Sam
giving
Neill.
Sam Neill. Yeah, they weren't
Yeah.
giving Sam Neill any
Good
love
old,
in
good
the
old
credits.
Sam Neill. I
Yeah.
know, man.
Yeah,
was this his
or,
breakout?
There were a
Did they
number
see-
of actors
Did
that,
Yeah.
Spielberg see this and be like, "That's the guy. That's the guy I need to fight dinosaurs"?
Yeah, probably.
Jeff Goldblum?
Probably.
I spared no expense.
All right.
Spend no expense. Petticoat Lane.
So, starting us off, because it was his pick, is Eric.
Hey, yeah, that's me. Did you already go through the whole introduction stuff? I
That
was
was
waiting
it,
for you
yeah.
to keep it. Oh, okay. All right.
I mean, we
So-
covered who was in it. We covered who. We're done. Let's go home.
Okay.
Now the game.
It was a movie.
Before you get up for that final snack,
We'll be right back. All right. So I took down a few little notes here. First movie right off the bat. I didn't do notes jokes because like this movie is above that. It's above me trying to make little stupid jokes. This is an awesome movie. All right, so my first note is this movie is fucking dope. The next note says this movie has a bomb ass soundtrack. It does.
It's so cool.
Kazakhstan, you very nice place.
No, it's cool. All the those Russian dudes singing when they engage the caterpillar drive. Come on!
No, I agree. There's a
Ukraine
great
is
Russian
not the
men's
sovereign
choir
nation.
at work here.
Shut up! This Ukraine didn't even exist when this movie came out.
That's right,
called
and they
Russia.
never will. It is a figment of the Ukrainians' imagination.
Caterpillar engine, you very nice place.
The next note says, I love this Russian shit. This is fucking awesome. I love Russian stuff. I love Cold War stuff.
Yeah.
And this was all in on the what's the captain's name? What's the actor?
Ramirez.
Sean
the actor?
Connery?
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Wait,
So when
wait, isn't Ramirez the name of his character in
Bonneville
Highlander?
Ramirez.
Yes.
Juan Sanchez Villa Ramirez.
Why does he always play guys that are like a different nationality than Sean Connery? Like he's
Because
Welsh.
he wants
isn't
them.
he?
Yeah.
I think it's
no, he's
Scottish.
Scottish.
Malone was Irish-ish, but he never sounds like anybody but Sean Connery.
So when Sean Connery was in his cabin with the officer, what was it? The government officer.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And so pertaining to I love this Russian shit because the naval officer Khan was like oh this isn't your sub, this is the people of Russia's sub. And I'm like, oh yeah, we get it, it's a communist nation.
I know. Especially in an American movie, it's like, nope, find the bad guy.
Right. The next note just says Baldwin Prime. So this is like top of his game, Alec Baldwin. Like this is before Alec Baldwin got in on the inside joke that was like his personal life and took that into the rest of his roles for the rest of his life.
Yeah.
Like Alec Baldwin in this movie was a good actor, or he was good in this movie.
And he
also,
was damn handsome when he was young. He was
Fucking
like
right.
super
And he-
fucking good looking.
Yeah, and he's always had a good voice, and he's got really good screen presence. He emotes well with his face. Like, he's good. Alec Baldwin's good, and he was great in this movie. So he played Jack Ryan. Can anybody else? There are three other Jack Ryans I
Harrison
can
Ford,
think of.
Ben Affleck, and Chris Pine.
There we go. All right, Chris.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, somebody knows they're Jack Ryan.
Yeah, somebody knows their is this Tom
Tom
Clancy?
Clancy.
Yeah.
Yep.
Somebody knows their Tom Clancy. This is the best portrayal of Jack Ryan in film.
Yeah.
This is better than Harrison
good.
Ford. Harrison Ford, Clear and Present Danger,
Get
that's
off
not
my
that good.
I was wrong movie, but I was okay with Harrison Ford in like Clear and Present Danger. But
That Affleck one was not
Yeah,
good.
that was terrible.
Which one was the Affleck one?
Day After Tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then
So this was
I don't really
Tom
remember Chris
Clancy.
Pine,
It
but
wasn't
it was
John
kinda-
Le Carre.
Wait a minute.
No. This was Tom Clancy.
Wasn't Day After Tomorrow like a disaster movie?
Maybe. It was like, oh no, there was a Sum of All Fears. So,
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Day After Tomorrow was like climate
Yeah.
change. Ooh.
right.
Yeah, just as terrible as any other Ben
Yeah,
Affleck
the
movie.
Sum of All Fears, where a nuke goes off at a football game. It's lovely.
That's Eric's worst nightmare. I'm just like, the streets are clear, yeah!
Nuke goes
finally
off
go
at a football
shopping.
game. Patriots still win. Fuck the Patriots.
So yeah, this to me is the best portrayal of Jack Ryan in film, because Affleck didn't do it. I never saw the Chris Pine one, but Chris Pine is only Captain Kirk to me, just like William Shatner is only Captain Kirk to me.
Right.
Yeah, I saw it. I didn't think it was bad. I mean, I wasn't
Which
really
one?
the Chris Pine one.
Okay.
I can't remember the name of it at the moment.
Yeah.
But it wasn't bad.
Oh, it was Jack Ryan, Shadow Recruit. Like
Yes,
they put his
yeah.
name right in the
Yeah.
title. Yeah,
But it was supposed
Please
to be,
come
yeah,
see
it
this
was
movie.
like-
yeah. It's a franchise. Believe me.
Jack Ryan. You guys like Jack Ryan, right?
Yeah, we
You
don't
know
see
this guy,
movie.
right? You know
Yeah,
him, right?
hey, everybody loves Jack Ryan, right? We're doing
He
a
was
Jack
in-
Ryan thing.
He was in good movies in the early '90s. Jack Ryan, you know him. Yeah,
Remember Jack Ryan, everybody?
yeah. And forget about Ben Affleck because that wasn't real. Just like the Netflix Daredevil did to Ben Affleck.
Just like any future actor
Hollywood
will
is-
do to Batman.
Hollywood is just trying to erase Ben Affleck, but he just keeps coming back.
Let's see. Did I have any other shit that I wrote? After a while, I stopped writing stuff down and just started enjoying the movie. The next note, and I only did notes right at the beginning of the movie. Next one is Star Trek chick shows up right at the beginning of the movie.
yeah.
Miss
What's her
Crutcher?
name? Yeah,
Gates McFadden.
yeah, Gates McFadden. Yeah, Gates McFadden showed up for a second. What kind of a name is Gates? What the fuck?
She likes to be open.
My next note says Bitcoin turtleneck. but that's my phone being clever and autocorrecting when I tried to write bitchin' turtleneck.
Oh.
I thought that was the name of your
Bitcoin
Weezer cover
turtleneck.
band.
I'm like,
The next note says ducking turtleneck.
I never mean ducking.
Shuck you, phone.
And the final note says, if smoking on an airplane is bad, how much worse is smoking on a sub?
I was thinking that.
Man, I was thinking that too. I'm like, man, rude.
Like, would you like
Who
a
smokes in
cigarette?
a submarine?
Right, so like airplanes, you can always just like open a window, crack a window, and get a little more air. Like obviously you can't; the cabin's
Right,
pressurized,
sure.
but you can get more air. You're underneath the water; you can't just get more air. Why? Everybody's just like
In Soviet sub, every smoke you have, everyone smokes.
right.
Communism.
Your cigarette is everyone's cigarette, comrade.
Yeah, the level
I
of
cannot wait to get on American Sub. I hear they have the best barbecues on American Sub.
They let you go to Montana, no papers, no papers.
No paper.
Dude, they would pay him money to live in Montana.
I was gonna say,
Nobody
he's-
fucking wants to
He's
live in Montana.
clearly never been to America if Montana is where he wants to go.
Should
I will raise rabbits.
I'm like, what is this, a mice
I will
and
get a fat American woman.
I love that.
Yeah, it's
But
great.
perhaps I
It's
will
Sam
need
Neill
to wait.
because he's got this like fictionalized ideal of America in his mind, and he just wants to live it out.
Yeah, he wants
Yeah,
to
but
go
it's
be an
great.
American
It's
cowboy
good, yeah.
and date
Yeah.
and get an American
He's a
fat
bucka-
wife and
a buckaroo.
a buckaroo.
Yeah.
Good
Of
shot,
course I am
buckaroo.
American cowboy. Yippee whippy.
So after I wrote about subs and smoking and triple third hand, fourth hand smoke that you're getting on a sub, I just sat back and watched the movie because, like Chris with The Fifth Element, like Colin with that Jim Henson movie.
Jim Henson movie.
This is like
Don't acknowledge his name. It only makes it stronger.
Underground. It's only forever.
So, like those movies for those guys, and John with Rocky, and James with Professor Wonderpump's Whamtastic Rumble Pump.
Yeah.
Mr. Cat Magnibus's Whamtastic Rumble Pump. This is
That was a pretty good movie, though.
Right, yeah. The cinematography was beautiful. This movie, like I must have watched it when I was like 11, and then it came on TV when I was like 13, and my dad taped it. And we didn't have many VHS tapes, so I've probably watched this movie a good 20 times. I'm not even joking, and I fucking love this movie. I love the Russian singing. I love subs. I love subs doing blind runs through canyons where it's like 27 knots and turn late, and it's going to be awesome, and we're going to nudge the canyon wall. It's cool.
Everything will be fine.
Yeah, it's super cool. I like Alec Baldwin. I like the American sub-captain. He was in the Netflix Daredevil. We were just talking about it.
He was Stick.
Stick, yeah.
He's cool. I knew I recognized him. He's cool.
He's really cool. And this movie, other than Peter Stormare, had every single Russian type actor that has ever been in a Russian movie.
Stellan Skarsgård.
Right. And who was the really big guy with the beard?
Rooney, Principal Rooney. From,
well, yeah, that's not him. I'm thinking of the Russian that wore like the striped shirt. He was LaFours in Mallrats. Does anybody else remember him?
No.
Yeah, he was hanging out. There were just a bunch of like Russian dudes that were in Hollywood at the time that had all defected by then.
There's one guy that's missing though. Well, there's one dude missing from your Russian star retinue, and that's Boris the Bullet Dodger.
Oh yeah,
who is also Tretiak in The Saint, and he's like always a Russian. He's always a Russian dude, and and it's kind of surprising he wasn't there. They must just not have discovered him yet.
Yeah, just like Peter Stormare, who's like Swedish, I think, and he always plays Russian guys.
Yeah,
they also have
Johnson.
They had Dolph Lundgren in several of the scenes. They just cut them all out.
They called Dolph Johnson.
Yeah,
Dolph Lundgren is in the background of several scenes, just shirtless and oily.
he's just punching Tim Curry in the face repeatedly.
Oh, I love it. Yes, harder.
Yes.
So all the sub shit in this movie is great. I love it when I love it how when Stellan Skarsgård fires a missile and the American jumps up out of the water, and then they're doing cool maneuvers with Red October, and then they make the missile come back and hit Stellan, and he's like, he's the bad guy because he's sweaty the entire movie. He's like throwing his ass around and shit. Like, he's a clear bad guy, and he's like, he loves Mother Russia, and he's such a fucking asshole. So it's good. He gets his comeuppance, and he gets shot by a missile that he shot. Wow, how about that?
That'd be like the Death Star blowing itself up. He's very Imperial officer. Come on.
Yeah. So,
oh my god, it's so true.
Okay, so
you I
understand maybe you guys like could find something wrong with this movie. I have no idea where it's going to come from, because to me, it was well acted, it was really well directed, it was well cast, and the story was interesting. Like, that's my take, and if I have to, I'll give a rebuttal, but for now, I'm done.
Yeah. All right, so I'm next then, because I called it. All right, sweet.
You got dibs.
Yeah. I wanted to go second because I don't have much, and I want to go and get it out there before other people start talking about it and ping my head.
No, don't do it. Don't say it.
What?
You're going to say something bad, aren't you?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, and they just, like, I don't want somebody to be like, oh, and this is like this, and I'd be like, yeah, I want to talk about that now.
One ping
you know? Yeah,
right.
So...
Talk to me.
You better be careful or you're going to do it to yourself, so why don't you get to it?
All right, so... all right, I have never seen this movie before last night.
Wow,
really?
Yeah,
wow.
I've always heard good things about it, and it has always been on my to watch list, which is why one of the reasons I like doing this podcast, because it makes me watch movies that have been languishing on my to watch list for years.
Yeah, self-congratulations. This podcast is awesome.
Yeah.
Everybody that's listening, you should listen to it because we're great.
I'd like to thank
Everybody who's
John
not
Hates
listening to
Movies
it, you should listen to it.
for John Hates Movies.
We're great.
Yeah.
Everybody.
So my to sum up the entire review, it's good. I liked it. It was there's a lot of things I like about this. One, they set everything up and not only do they set everything up, but they set it up in a fun way and they deliver on it. The whole Paganini Pavarotti thing
Yeah.
of like the super sonar guy and the not captain, but
He's a great character.
Jonesy.
Jonesy.
Yeah.
Jonesy's a great character.
Yeah, that dude
they're
was
sitting
cool.
there talking like that whole conversation was fun, and I was like, okay, they're setting this up for something later.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
they
this
deliver
dude's
like
the man.
10 minutes later on that thing
Yeah.
with the Russian singing.
I think I heard singing.
Yep. And not only that, but it's like, which is kind of leads to my other thing. Your average Joe moviegoer is not going to know fuck all about naval warfare or submarines and how they work and everything. Lord knows the first time,
Full right rudder.
if
What?
yeah, exactly. If I had watched this when it came out or any time near when it came out, it would have been a surprise to me to learn out that subs can't see. Because I just didn't think about it.
It's that ping shit.
Yeah.
They just
Yeah.
have to,
Yeah,
it's all
that's-
sonar.
That's crazy.
It's cool. It's
Yeah.
fucking cool.
Like, I would just thought, well, what about the fucking windows? No!
There
There are no windows
Don't
on the
start
sub.
getting
Is
What windows
the
in his
front all
cage?
glass?
Doors.
with a box of scraps.
Tony Stark built a periscope in a fucking cave!
I want to know why they don't have a view screen like on Star Trek.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Because
should watch
even
Iron
though
Man.
the USS Enterprise
Hey,
was in this
hey.
movie, it wasn't a sub. The USS Enterprise was in this movie.
Yeah,
Nice.
the USS Enterprise is a name that's been held on many.
Yeah, naval ships.
Yeah.
One of my dad's friends from the Navy was the deck commander on the Enterprise.
Whoa.
Yeah, he sounds like a fucking badass.
He was, yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, one of his
Now
things,
he's
like,
in space.
it was never on, he's like, it was never on purpose, but it always seemed to happen that when that ship went into shit, I was there to put boot ass for my country.
So,
No, let's just do this Star Trek theme song.
Did you know that originally had words?
yeah, well,
Yes.
it was never intended to have words. William
James,
Shatner
you're getting
wrote,
pinged.
One ping only.
One
Well,
bring
actually, guys, okay, William Shatner wrote
It wasn't William
lyrics to
Shatner.
it.
Oh, is
Gene
that shit?
Roddenberry.
Was okay.
It's Roddenberry.
Whoever the
He
was,
did it.
he wrote
He did
lyrics
it.
to it so
Oh
that
my God.
he could claim copyright or the intellectual property on it and actually collect money on it, so that the network would not own the song. Okay.
That actually is super
It's
genius.
Track-splaining time. Okay,
Set
James.
phasers to stun.
Got some trick explaining to do.
That it would not nearly be as badass a theme song.
Oh, the words are awful. Terrible.
That's the theme song for Trek Explaining Time.
It's just explaining time.
And the tag at the end is just James going, actually.
Oh, goodness.
So let me get back to my review, you hijacking
Yes.
motherfuckers.
What? You just hijacked yourself.
No, I didn't.
You started talking about Star Trek.
No, I didn't. That comes at the end of my review.
Okay.
So, Jesus. Yeah.
We must fight to the death or they will kill us both.
So, where the fuck did I leave off? Yeah. Okay. So your average guy would not know much about naval warfare or submarines.
right?
So they do an excellent job of explaining
Where do they
stuff.
put their pies?
Yeah, I know. Well, that's one thing they didn't explain.
For cooling.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
The ocean is pretty cool out there.
Yeah, the ocean's
so anyway,
pretty cool.
yeah, it's pretty sweet. I've been there. It's pretty sweet.
I found it salty.
The
This
I
episode's
find
gonna be
you
so
salty.
dumb.
I find me becoming salty.
Salty James.
These pretzels are making me salty.
Like the sea.
All right.
Okay, so
Oh,
they did a
Lord.
fantastic job of explaining it without making it awful, horrible exposition like you would get in some sort of 50s movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, like my favorite example of awful exposition is when I recently watched Planet 9 from Outer Space, and at the very end, it's like a half hour of the alien explaining like a bunch of different shit.
Yeah, or like if there was a
It's-
kid on the sub that's like, golly, Captain, how does all this work?
Yeah, thank God
What
they
are
didn't do anything like that.
midichlorians?
Yeah. They explained Crazy Ivans, they explained like everything
Yeah.
that you needed to know about it. Which was, and it didn't like, you didn't sit there and go, oh God.
Yeah, and
it was
the
all
only
very
time
fluid.
they had to get like weird about it were scenes where Alec Baldwin was on screen. So it actually made sense that they had to explain it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. So let me think. Oh yeah, the way that they transitioned from from everybody speaking Russian to English, because obviously,
Zooming in at a dude's mouth.
yep,
It was
and
good.
like while he was reading something that you all recognize,
Yeah.
the Bible, and so I really like that. That was a really cool touch because I was like, are they honestly going to speak Russian this entire movie? This is supposed to be popcorn. I mean, I have nothing against subtitles, but it would be really weird to have Sean Connery in your movie and
Oh,
him
yeah.
be all like,
This-
"Bless me with
Right. No, this is supposed to be a blockbuster in 1990. Sean Connery's not going to
Yep.
be speaking a foreign language the whole time.
exactly."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Vodka Georgia.
Strasvichin.
The only thing even
You're stressed,
not even bad, but just the standard joke of Englishmen playing your foreign people.
Yes. Very imperial officer.
Especially if they're Roman.
Yeah.
At the time, Englishmen loved to play Russians. So let's see. Anything else? It was good. There was, apart from the styles, which there weren't much in the way of wiggle room in the way of how people could dress in this movie, because most of the time they're in uniform. There were some style choices that made you think 90s, but despite that, this movie holds up. It's not really a timely movie. Now, I did not do any research. When did you said it was Tom Clancy, so this book must have came out like 80s.
80s, yeah.
Okay.
And the movie came out in 1990. And you just have to realize that the Cold War was a thing for this movie to make sense to you.
I think the novel was written like 83 or something like that.
Okay. That would make a little more
published
sense.
in 83.
Well, actually, the setting is 1984 in the
Yes,
movie,
yeah.
even though it came out in
So,
1990.
to be fair,
I love the
Yeah,
80s.
that was the only thing that I found like a little bit implausible, was that at the roundabout like the mid 80s to especially in the 90s, when this movie was like supposed to be, I don't know if it was supposed to be, the Russian government was hanging on by a thread. The Soviet USSR was hanging on by a thread. They were not putting out things that were more innovative than Americans.
But we didn't know that then.
We didn't know it.
that's why it's called fiction.
Yes.
And we didn't know that they were about to completely fall underneath their own weight. However, that's like, I feel this movie would actually make a little more sense if it was in the 60s. But, that's
Maybe.
just a little thing.
Yeah.
I think we should have figured out they were falling under their own weight when the Ladas came out.
The Ladas?
The Lada.
Lada. Yeah, the Lada.
Or when they caused a famine by building a subway system.
Communism!
The Lada had a caterpillar drive too. It was literally a caterpillar that ran on a treadmill.
Was a lot of a car.
Yeah,
Oh, sweet.
it was very quiet, just like
It's
just like the sub.
due to its immobile nature, it was very quiet.
Yeah!
Yeah. This movie, honestly, like watching it, every time we watch a movie that has the Navy in it, it makes me think that if I had to do it all over again, having lived the life I've lived, I would join the Navy when I was younger.
I feel like you said that when we reviewed The Master.
And the feeling still holds.
Like,
even if I was stationed on a submarine, I can handle, for whatever reason, I can, like, the idea of being on a submarine, even though you're one accident from death.
That claustrophobia wouldn't get you?
So, my association with your naval fascination, James, is it comes back to the Master episode, and you mentioned this then, and all I could picture is Joaquin Phoenix passed out in the crow's nest on Bootleg Hooch, and you just looking at that scene and going, yeah, that's me.
No, okay, I will say that the water doesn't bother me, those big open spaces don't bother me, the hours and hours of nothing to do doesn't bother me, heights bother me.
I'm afraid of heights as well.
See, I would not want to be on surf on a submarine because, all the semen.
You get that on
You get semen everywhere in the Navy.
Hey, are you
It's
kidding
part
me?
of
Look at the joke. Suck it up.
Oh,
Chris!
man, you filth.
I refused. He planned that joke. That deserves a hand. That deserves a hand. He wrote it down before the show. That
Oh my
deserves a
god!
hand. That is good. Good delivery.
Golf clap. Golf
Yes.
Can we get some canned applause for that, please?
Chalk that
He's
off the list.
scratching it off now. That is brilliant.
Oh no.
Yep. So that's pretty much it. The only thing I will say is that I am actually, you were all talking about Star Trek, fuck you guys, because honestly, when I was done watching this movie, I was thinking, the one thing I want to say is that I am actually amazed that this movie's plot was not stolen wholesale and remade into a Star Trek episode.
God, it really
'Cause it
seems
would-
like a Star Trek movie.
It would make perfect sense.
This would have been the best Star Trek movie.
Oh, it would. Like,
No, you're absolutely right.
Well-
It really would have.
Wrath of Khan steals heavily from Silent Running. So,
Yep.
which is very much like this. However, you
Star
could
Trek
take this.
Nemesis draws very heavily from Cool Running.
All right.
I saw that movie, and I really wish that was true.
Oh, that would have made it such a better movie.
Oh, it's a Klingon bobsled team. It's never been done.
Captain, I would like permission to join this bobsled team.
We've got,
It would be a great honor.
the ship broke down. We have to walk it to the nebula.
Worf, son of Morg, you have been rejected from the Klingon High Council. You may not join our bobsled team.
No, but the thing is, at the very end, when it crashes, it flips over and they pick it up.
Yeah.
Then they say, "Today is a good day to die."
Today is a good day to finish last.
Ramming speed.
While we're on the topic, Cool Runnings, pretty good movie.
So,
I like John Candy.
yeah, I feel like either Next Generation, if they just stole this movie's plot outright and made it a two-parter, that would have been a really cool thing. Yeah, and I am very tired because I stayed up very late watching this movie, and the only bad thing I could say is that it's 2 hours long, and I kind of miss doing an hour and 20-minute movies because I start late. I didn't even start watching this movie till about 12 o'clock, and that's not my fault at all. That's the fault of fuckers who put out entertaining shit like this. Fuck you guys, and I can't even sleep when I get home tonight because I gotta play Kingdom
Hell
Hearts.
yeah, you do.
So, not my fault once again. Fuck you assholes who make entertaining shit.
So who's next? I'm guessing. No, Colin doesn't get to talk anymore because he's a bastard.
I'll go.
It is gonna be.
I'll go.
I wasn't born.
Colin,
out of
I'll go.
wedlock.
All right, Chris, go ahead.
Wait. Okay.
Aw.
That's all right, Colin. You'll get your turn.
So while it may have been well acted, okay. Actually, I want to say something. The Russian-speaking English thing I didn't actually like. And it wasn't so much that, but if they're going to do the English thing, can't we get them to do it in, hilarious Russian accents? That's the best part about movies with Russians. You get the Russian accents, especially if they're speaking English.
I go to Montana. What the country?
Remember that for later, Chris. Hilarious Russian accents.
And that
Spoilers
said,
for the game.
Hold on. So it wasn't really their fault. They didn't steal the sub. Because in Soviet Russia, submarines steal ships.
I'm surprised it took us this long to get to a Soviet Russia joke.
Speaking of accents, the Russian-Irish sub-commander.
Scottish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, whatever. Long story short, wrong fucking accent. So
who cares?
I care. Because it's on my page.
That sounds like a Krishu to me.
Whatever, fuck you in the face. With mace. First 5 minutes of the movie. Actually, not even first 5 minutes. First 30 seconds of the movie. Fucking spoilers.
How's that?
It tells you exactly what happened, and then says, but it didn't happen.
Right. So, yeah.
I'm kidding. It's a joke.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
It says none of this happened?
Yes. And another thing. Remember when you were in school? Maybe. Maybe not for John, because I don't know if you ever had to make a PowerPoint in school.
No.
Well, no.
That's a professional level of shade toss you just did.
We didn't even have computers
jokes on you.
That's what I'm saying.
when I went to school.
They don't even exist, Chris. Ugh.
Hey, John, when you were in grade school, did you like dinosaurs?
There you go.
Yes, I did.
As pets or food?
A little bit of column A, a little bit of
Don't be
column B.
ignorant, James.
Actually,
My
we
first crush
used
was on
them.
a dinosaur.
We used them as home appliances, except the garbage disposal was always complaining.
So anyway, you guys probably didn't do PowerPoints, but anyway, my point is...
Okay,
so for those of you out there listening, because you probably have some semblance of knowledge of what I'm talking about, but when you're in a school and you had to make a PowerPoint presentation for the first time and you're like, oh, you can put in sound effects when stuff happens.
Yep.
And then you use the typewriter sound effect for, like, text coming on the screen.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
No, I'm glad you brought that up,
The
Chris.
green fucking
That's
lettering.
gotta stop.
All it made me think of is how much of a failure you were when you actually started presenting your PowerPoint presentation in front of everybody at school, and you're like, wow, that's really stupid and annoying.
No, it was awesome and it was cool in this movie.
It was awful.
No, you're awful.
You know, Chris having like the second line of text with them, like,
Yeah,
I was like,
yeah.
wow,
I'm
I
like,
really
fuck
hope
you.
that doesn't go on for the whole movie.
Yeah. Well, it
Yep,
did.
it sure did. It's
Just one
Spy
beep.
noises.
Just one beep.
Okay, yeah, Spy Noise, super feature. Because Tom Clancy is a.
It's very
did
fucking
it too, I
serious.
give it a pass.
Tom Clancy is a techno thriller and a very military organization centric writer. He's actually, my understanding is he's a historian with the military, specific on military and whatnot. That's really his background for why he writes these kind of novels.
Yeah. This is what he does.
Right.
Intelligence thrillers.
Yeah. Here's the thing. I've never been really a huge fan of Tom Clancy, mostly because his books are like 900 fucking pages long, and they're like one of those, like,
That's
let's
bullshit.
ejaculate as much detail as possible, and I just don't give that much of a fuck.
No, that's bullshit. It's just because you suck at Rainbow Six.
I didn't even get to
I
Rainbow
suck at
Six
Rainbow
yet.
Six.
But anyway.
Do not
really
drop
where I'm
that shit on Splinter Cell.
But that said, the Jack Ryan character is always really good because, I enjoyed that character.
Yeah, he is a good character.
The movie is good. I like the movie. It's a little bit slow in a lot of parts. It don't shake your head at me. It's slow. It has a lot of slow points, and I think they could have cinched it up a little bit. Not saying that makes it bad. I'm just commenting that the pacing was a little slow. Other than really I still say that the accents things bother me the most. But Russians trying to hit Maine, all I can say is the Russians are coming did it better.
See, nobody's seen that movie but Chris.
No, that's not true. I've seen it. Oh my god, I completely
Seriously,
forgot about
like
that
their
movie.
first thing is like, we're going to America. I'm like, it's like the Russians are coming. And they said, little girl from Bell Tower.
Oh my god, I haven't seen that movie in ages.
So here's
I don't even know
my
what that
suggestion.
is.
If you would like to watch,
It's like a comedy.
if you would
Mad
like
Mad
to
World
watch Hunt for Red October. Watch The Russians Are Coming Instead.
No, what?
Hey! It's my review. I can say whatever the fuck I want. Watch The Russians Are Coming Instead. And then if you have time, if it's not too late, maybe think about watching Hunt for October. But I mean, don't force the issue.
Whoa!
He's done. He just walked away. Oh, it's over. Chris done. No more Chris.
Oh, did he drop the mic?
Well, so I guess it looks like it's Colin's turn now.
So one thing I forgot in my review. It was really cool how they did the fake out, how you think that he actually is a madman in the beginning.
Yeah.
Because I never saw it, and I thought, oh, okay, so he actually is going to start World War III.
Yeah.
And then it turns out, nope, he's just trying to run away.
Yeah.
He wants to go fishing.
Nope, can't fool me. I knew they were going to do that defector shit right from the start.
Whatever.
Okay, so
Echo.
I think this is possibly maybe a pretty good movie.
Yeah. No.
But so long and slow and boring. And,
What?
I don't know. Okay, maybe.
I'm shocked.
What? No, you're.
I said I'm
No,
shocked.
you're not. Really? Are you really shocked?
I'm kind of surprised, too.
That you're panning this? Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, I'm the guy that loves everything. I mean, you just posted
Yes.
on our secret Facebook group that Colin loves everything, and I'm known for being full of love for everything. But I think that the real reason that I didn't really care for Hunt for Red October that much, and I've seen it before, and I liked it before, and I was kind of excited to watch it again. I think what ruined it for me, honestly, was The Untouchables, because it broke the seal on Sean Connery for me. I watched The Untouchables and I went, wait a minute, this is total fucking garbage. And Sean Connery isn't good, and he doesn't do a good Irish accent. And so now I'm watching this one and I'm going, wait a minute, Sean Connery isn't, there's nothing special or compelling about this performance. He's just Sean Connery. He's just a guy with a great look and a great voice, but he doesn't really bring that much else to movies. He just is Sean Connery all over the place. And I'll tell you...
You need more?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean...
I don't think you do.
Well...
We'll disagree on that, but go on.
No, I mean, that's fine.
That probably
you
really
said
hurts Sean Connery's libido that, that he doesn't satisfy you, Colin.
Yeah, I mean, he's known for being very satisfying. You start as James Bond, and you just get this reputation as being this awesome action star, ladies' man, man among men. And I don't like his Bond either, actually, because and I think that's because
just awful. Colin, I was with you up until that point.
The reason is his Bond is timely for the era it came out, and not timely for now.
No,
and,
absolutely not.
And
I
just and the
I
fact
like
is,
Lazenby.
the fact is, I just
James.
wasn't
Shut
his
up,
Bond
James.
one time.
Yeah.
All right, my Bonds are Roger Moore and Daniel Craig. So yeah, I saw Sean Connery's Bond out of time. It was too late in the world for me to enjoy what he brings.
But Moonraker is totally timely.
We should review Moonraker.
No, okay,
if it's on there, we need to do Moonraker.
Okay, so the last 3 times I've picked a movie, I've searched Netflix for Moonraker. That's not a joke.
Really?
I really want to do Moonraker.
When we started this podcast, they had all the Bonds on Netflix, and then they took them off and started putting them on sporadically.
Man, that's a fucking crime right
it
there.
is.
That is a crime.
James Bond in space.
Well, I was watching a Bond movie every weekend, and I got up to I can't even remember.
View to a Kill with fucking...
No, I didn't get that far.
Okay.
I was in the Roger Moore though.
I always
It was
confuse
before Moonraker.
I always confuse View to a Kill with Rear Window. Not a Bond movie.
No.
So all right. James Bond is the shit, and watch James Bond movies. Even if you don't like each iteration of James Bond, watch them anyway. Whatever, you got to watch James Bond if you've never watched it. And James Bond is kind of sweet just for what it is. And I will say that Red October sort of gets that also, because it's a speculative fiction movie about Cold War Russia having a super submarine.
Yeah.
And that's kind of sweet. But for me, naval battle under the ocean is just not that interesting. I want it to be. I really want it to be, but it's just not. And I found myself bored. And part of the reason for that is because you're going through this canyon blind, and Sean Connery's all like 26 knots and don't turn. This rock is there, and you know that they're and he's all like, don't turn. Oh my God. They're approaching the rock. But there's an hour of the movie left. There is no way they're crashing that fucking sub.
We're going to run up against this rock like a fat lady at a buffet stand.
But this
That's
is
a very American thing.
Yeah, well, that's another issue that I have with this, is you've got this Russian captain character who acts extremely American. He's like, no, I want to be an individual and do my own thing, but, like, and they have this history that's all like, oh, his wife was killed and personal tragedy, and he's just fed up with the whole communism system, but, like, if you are raised in that system, you don't just get American ideas spontaneously, Yeah,
but
and
his
this
wife
is
died.
the age before the internet. Like, there's no reason that this guy would think like this.
You get...
That's true.
So,
don't you know when your wife dies, you get all her memories and
yes, you become a perfectly idealized person that would have existed 10 years in the future.
Conclusions were all wrong.
Wait.
Okay.
He is a well-read man. Like, he read Jack Ryan's book.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, like, I don't think that's accurate, because I mean, he's a World War II vet. He's
born in Lithuania.
That's right. Yes, he is not. He's not a natural Russian. That's true.
No,
right, and he's like, I mean, and even if he was, he's still old school Russian before communism, because this takes place in the 80s, and he's obviously in his 60s.
Yeah. He had to have something to survive the Bolshevik Revolution.
Yeah, he's got some imperialism in him a little bit.
All right, so I'll give you that, but the way the movie is structured, I feel like the movie telegraphs everything that's going to happen really, really early on. Like I said, I recognize the fact
it totally does. But what happens is sweet.
I want that. I want to feel that way, Eric. Like I want to love this movie like you love this movie, and the way that you love this movie makes me super happy. But I was just bored the whole time, and like I'm like, okay, Sam Neill's character. Well, he's either a bad guy or he's going to get killed. Like,
right, because he's told about all of the things he wants in life.
Yeah, basically he wants to live out of mice and men. He is Lenny to Sean Connery's George. Yeah. And then you've got
1 week away from retirement.
Yep.
And then you've got the deception of the crew, and they're watching things on the ocean, and they're like, and they completely fool them, but those guys can't see shit that's going on down there. They're just
the captain scared the Americans out of the water.
Yeah, but come on.
Great. That was awesome. I don't give a shit. That part. Yes, it was cool.
Was it cool? I don't know.
I wasn't even paying attention, but it was awesome.
Yeah, I could barely pay attention because I was bored shitless. Now I don't want to totally pan this movie because I had completely forgotten Alec Baldwin was even in it, and I love Alec Baldwin. And though Alec Baldwin doesn't like young Alec Baldwin, I think young Alec Baldwin is the fucking shit.
He's great in this movie.
He is great in this movie. Jack Ryan in this movie, Baldwin's Jack Ryan is likable. He seems intelligent. He is suitably daring, but not so. He's not so over the top. He's not Indiana Jones, Yeah. Jack Ryan is a great character in this movie, and I'll give him that. But other than Baldwin, I really found most of the rest of the movie kind of lackluster. I'm not sure Sean Connery was ever good. I think that the next guy, the next Sean Connery is Liam Neeson. Because he just shows up, is Liam Neeson in a movie, and cashes a fucking check.
I'm a Liam Neeson.
Yeah. He's gonna show up and be Liam Neeson at you.
Colin, I was great in the Lego movie.
He was great. He was great in the Lego movie.
I still haven't seen that.
That was the one movie where I was allowed to have rage.
Stop everything, John.
And
stop. I know.
You haven't seen the Lego movie.
I still haven't seen it.
You're wrong. You're wrong for that.
What about the new Mad Max, John?
No, I haven't seen that.
I also haven't
either.
seen
What
that. I
the
haven't
fuck
seen
are you
it. I haven't
doing?
seen it. I haven't seen it either. So I mentioned earlier, this is speculative fiction, and it's good speculative fiction, and it's speculative fiction that's very specific to its time. You know, like, this is Cold War speculative fiction, and by the way, listeners at home, there is a shitload of this out there. Between, like, 1960 and 1995, there were so many stories about crazy shit that the Russians might do, and this goes in that category. It's a very fascinating time in the writing of fiction, and there's a lot of cool stuff out there that sort of
Cold War was great for that.
Yeah.
You had an immediate enemy that everyone's just like, sure, fucking Russians.
An immediate enemy that wasn't doing anything, but could do anything.
Exactly.
You know.
And because they were white, it was no racism.
Yes,
and
Chris,
because
they were white.
Chris just wants to be able to hate. That's all. You know? Just give him the ability
if
to
history
hate.
has shown me anything, there are people I should hate.
Well, speaking of which, I'm going to lead you.
It's the wrong lesson from history.
Chris, that brings me to my final point about why I probably hate The Hunt for Red October. Or rather, probably why I didn't like The Hunt for Red October. Did not hate it. Hate's a strong word. I may have mentioned before that I used to work at a lab with a dude that really, really loved boats. And he just was crazy about boats, and all he would talk about was boats. And, like, he loved boats so much that we didn't even bother to call him by his name. We just called him Boats. And all this guy would talk about all day long was boats. He would be like, "Hey man, I'm reading this new book," and sure enough, it's about boats. Not like fiction about boats, like which boats sailed Lake Erie between the years of 1950 and 1965. Like boring ass shit about freighters. And I think that I'm sort of ruined on naval activity, like because this dude was so goddamn annoying to me that like. I think that I really don't like boats now because of this dude and he also was like really terrible and made all kinds of trouble, and I was always cleaning up after him, cleaning up his messes, and like, and so I think that I don't like boats now or anything on the water because of this dude. Also, why did that plane crash? What was it? There's a fighter jet that crashes.
Oh,
It bumped another fighter.
Why?
Yeah. Well, it's
Because
just life on an aircraft carrier.
There was too much in the air in that area. There was too much going on.
Yeah,
it was
like a crazy.
It was meant to be a trigger moment for us, where we're like, "Oh God, something this stupid could start World War III."
Yeah, pretty much, and it's true because those aircraft carriers, unless you get everything like perfect, like you have like a.
Well, no, he was coming in. He was coming in hot because he was coming in hot because he bumped into a MiG.
Oh,
he like literally bumped up against a Russian plane. They scratched tails. That's what happened.
Yeah,
and
so those landing on an aircraft carrier, if your angle's not right, if your speed's not right.
Oh, James, you don't got to tell me. I played Top Gun on NES.
But yeah, it was meant to be a tension. It was meant to be a tension point. That's all that was. Yep. It was a tension point. It's like, oh my God, is all this stuff that Jack has set up, is it going to fall apart now because we're going to have to go to war because these two planes bumped each other?
All in all, I think Hunt for Red October is actually probably a pretty good movie. I just was really bored by it, and I wish that wasn't true. But Alec Baldwin is the shit. Sam Neill, we miss you. Do something good, please. And Tim Curry, you crazy bastard.
So I think it's my turn now.
Yeah.
So I've been giving this a lot of thought because I know that this is important to Eric.
It really is.
I was watching, and I watched this yesterday, and I think that this might be one of the most perfectly constructed movies.
What?
Yeah!
Yep.
Yes! Yeah!
Cartoon torpedoes!
I was blown away. I haven't seen this movie in ages. I don't think I've seen it since it came out, quite honestly. So I was ready. I mean, I was ready to be disappointed.
What are you talking about?
I was ready to be disappointed. I was ready to be in the same boat that you were in, Colin. But
Funny,
apparently,
because, John, I'm disappointed in you.
but here's the thing: is that I can't remember the last time that I watched a movie that built the tension throughout the movie so expertly.
I didn't feel it.
Yeah.
I
felt no
felt
tension,
it
but-
the entire way. I was like,
Yeah.
"Oh my god!" Even though I knew what was going to happen and I knew everything was going on, it made perfect sense to me, and I was like, "Oh, and it had tons of fuck yeah moments. I'm sorry, but when the fucking American sub swoops in and takes the tracking off,
Yeah, it takes the torpedo.
It
Yeah.
takes the torpedo. That's a fuck yeah moment, and it's
Yeah.
a good one. And I can't remember the last time I've seen one of those in a film. I literally cannot remember the last time I've seen one of
I
those
was
in a
neither
film.
fucking nor yaing, my friend.
I leapt from the couch.
Oh, no
man.
way, you
I leapt
Digstown?
up. I
You
literally
did a-
leapt
you
up
did a Digstown?
from the couch. I did a
Okay,
Digstown.
A,
I
you-
was like,
A,
fuck
you
yeah!
you can no longer leap off the couch. I know this. And B, there is no way that this movie evoked the same kind of reaction that Digstown evokes for me. There's no
Okay, no, you're
no
right. I mean,
way.
there's no boxing.
No way.
There's no boxing, so yes, you're right. I may be
And I'm sorry,
aggrandizing
I'm
a little
drunk,
bit
but I
here.
already feel bad.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
Colin
I'm fat.
fired a torpedo.
I'm fat. You're ugly. I can always lose weight. So, anyway.
Somebody
so
tell me I'm pretty.
But I will say this about I am actually fairly serious about Hunt for Red October. I do think that the pacing was really good.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of blown away that I wasn't bored, but I actually did feel the tension the entire way through, so I was pretty excited. I love the characterization, and the thing that made it for me for this entire movie can be summed up in one scene. It's when Alec Baldwin is jumping down that general's throat. And if you're not paying attention, it's so small, but you might miss it. James Earl Jones reaches over and puts his hand on Alec's wrist.
Yeah, like knock it off.
Yeah, like knock it off.
You're telling off a general.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, that whole dynamic is very strong dynamic.
That kind of subtlety is all throughout this film. If you watch it, it is all throughout this film. Even from the moment where Alec is handed the briefing and he starts reading it and then looks up and realizes that he doesn't know where he is. That kind of subtle, and most of it's centered on Baldwin. I mean, he A++ performance.
Yeah. No, Baldwin
And-
does do really well in this movie.
Yeah. Sean Connery doesn't need to do well, because in this, all he needs to do is just be an old man with a really kick-ass beard. That
God,
I
right?
Hey, Connery.
Yeah, and I mean, I didn't expect much from him. He gave me exactly what the film needed, and that's good enough for me. But Baldwin, A+ performance, really. And I think, honestly, this movie from beginning to end, James had it right. I know dick about subs, but when I ended up at the end of this movie, I didn't feel like that lack of knowledge had anything to do with my enjoyment of the film. And really what it comes down to is that, and maybe this is just because I'm not watching the right things, but I can't remember the last time that a thriller actually thrilled me. And that's what this is. This is a thriller.
Yes.
And it made me feel like there was a moment of tension where something really bad could have happened. Even though I knew what all the bad things that were going to happen were, I still felt that tension. And I don't get that from modern movies, period. I think this and maybe M were the last time that I actually felt that kind of tension.
What's M?
It's a really old thriller, murder thriller.
Oh yeah,
With Peter Lorre.
Oh man, that's old school. Okay,
it's a good one though. It's really good. So yeah, I can't. I mean, and maybe like I've said, maybe I'm not thinking too hard about it, but I can't remember a modern movie that really got to me like this one did. So
you know what I think it is, honestly? I noted near the end, even though I was only half paying attention because I was really tired. I was completely confused when the other boat took the torpedo away. But honestly, you know that even though Alec Baldwin's trying to do the right thing and get the Russians into America, they could lose the sub at any time, and it wouldn't necessarily affect the plot. The truth is that you want the Americans to get that sub.
Yes.
The sub means more than the fucking Russians.
Oh, absolutely. Because it's got the secret caterpillar drive.
Yeah.
I want that fucking sub because fucking USA. USA.
You relate more to America than
USA.
Baldwin.
That's
you know?
Wouldn't it be better to have a butterfly drive?
Okay.
Maybe.
This is the evolved.
A flying submarine?
Okay.
I'm all for it. I think we've had this discussion before.
Like the kind that Wolf Cop and Finn from Sharknado built.
That's right.
Exactly.
Yeah, that has the butterfly
So,
drive in
help
it.
me out here, guys.
Okay.
What am I missing in this movie?
It was fucking
Nothing.
awesome. That's what you
No,
missed.
you watched the movie. You felt it was a little bit slow and you were bored through it. That's okay.
Yeah.
It had some good acting. I agree that Baldwin was pretty good in it.
Wait! Shut up! This is my time for rebuttal, not yours.
He asked a question.
I'm
answering
asking-
his question.
Yeah,
You haven't rebutted yet. You're not rebutting.
Yeah, I'm
You're just being
hijacking
a
John's
Oh,
No.
oh yeah.
Well, my review's actually kind of done. I was about to.
All right, so for my rebuttal, I'm gonna say that John was 10,000% correct that this movie was fucking
That's not
awesome,
a percent, Eric.
and it's something. Yeah. 10,000% is a percent. And John was totally correct. Chris and Colin agree on being assholes, and
Ever since our Chicago love
And
that's
affair,
what
we
we
were
agreed
agreeing a lot.
and guys, watch this movie because, like James said, it's actually kind of timeless. Like, you don't have to this is a good movie. And it's good in 2015. It's good 25. This is a movie that's still good 25 years after it came out. It does hold up. So watch it. Booyah.
Colin, I have to say, I didn't find anything wrong with your review. It's just, it seems like it didn't pique your interest.
It seems like you're maybe just an asshole.
Yeah, I am not an asshole.
All right, you drunks. We'll be right back.
Yeah.
More style, more class, more distinction. The Yarp Phone 2 by Vlarf Industries.
So hot.
The lines on this thing are so amazing.
Now thinner than before.
Have you lost weight?
No, that's my Vlarf phone. 2.
Vlarf Yarp Phone by Vlarf
Oh,
Industries.
shit, I fucked that up.
Yarp Phone 2 by Vlarf Industries. Have you ever wanted to make more space calls to Dimension X?
Really?
Yes, more! Just more! Have you ever wanted to do more?
Yeah, I ran out of space calls. Damn it!
I ran out of space minutes.
I'm space roaming.
Now, the Yarp Phone 2 comes with FaceTime.
Hey, I can FaceTime on the Yarp phone too.
Yeah, now you can FaceTime across dimensions with my dad.
Wait a minute, he's right. It's Eric. Wait, hello,
Hello.
hello,
Hello.
hello.
What? They're all Eric's dad.
Hello.
It's just a picture of his ear.
He doesn't know how to FaceTime. Have you ever gotten deja vu?
I'm having it right
I feel
now.
like that's happened to me before.
Deja vu is merely somebody trying to call you from Dimension X.
Dimension X. Stop stealing my thing.
Oh, does it also burn while you pee? Because I get that all the time.
17 missed calls? How the hell did I not realize this?
They were calling from Dimension X.
Shit, have I been here before?
This feels familiar.
Have you ever gotten deja vu?
Wait, what? Huh? I think somebody's calling me on my Yarp phone.
Deja vu is simply somebody trying to call you from Dimension X.
It's also a strip club.
Man, there's a great camera on here. Can I take pictures?
No, you can't take pictures with the Yarp phone, too. The only type of pictures you can take are dick pics.
Oh, shit. I took a picture of my cat and sent it to my mom.
Dicks.
That's a dick pic.
Have I been here before?
Yes, you have. This is not the first time you've sent a picture of your
I think
penis to
someone's
your
calling
mom.
you.
Oh, it's my mom from Dimension X. We need to talk. I better send her a picture of my face, showing her I'm fine.
That's not what she'll see.
I run a prominent food blog. I only use a Yarp phone too to take pictures of my meals. My blog is really popular.
Hold on, I'm getting a message from my dad. Oh no! No!
Yarp phone 2 from Vlarf Industries.
Welcome back, everyone. It is now time for your favorite part, and mine. It is time for the game. Yay!
I like them games.
Love
And this week,
I
the
know
person
love
who
games
is going
with
to
me.
Are you playing your love games with me?
love games with me. Hello, what's around Anyway, the person who's going to be running. The person who's going to be running the game this week is Eric.
Yeah.
Eric, tell us, what are we playing?
All right, guys, we're playing a game called Russian Spy.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I know that all four of you are Russians. James, what's your Russian name? Is it Yuri?
My
Yuri,
name is also Yuri.
James' name is Yuri Rithra.
Yuri Urethra. Vladimir Fluffyhouse.
Okay. John, what's your Russian name?
And I was also going to be Vladimir. I am Ivan the Huge.
Okay. Colin, what's your Russian name?
Bratislava.
Oh,
Boris
No, Gustav.
All
Stone
right,
like
Chris, what's your
man.
Russian name?
My Russian name is Lenin Gayevich.
Lenin Gaievich.
Okay. So,
Ivan, obviously not the spy.
Not the spicy.
That's my name.
all right, guys. So I have captured all four of you, and I suspect one of
Oh,
you
no.
being a Russian spy. But I am absolutely not. I'm not sure which of one of you is a Russian spy. So I'm going to do a little bit of interrogation to see which one of you is, in fact, a Russian spy. Chris, what is your?
Who is Chris?
Chris-
I'm Lenin Gayevich.
Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah, you're Lenin Gaievich.
Vich.
Sorry. Yeah, I just
Vich.
asked everyone what their name is, and then I'm calling them their regular name. Chris,
Ivan is okay with being American Johnny.
Chris,
My name is
Chris,
Jon
Lenin
and Gang.
Gaievich.
Vich.
Lenin Gaievich.
Vich.
Vich. Where were you born? What country were you born in?
Russia?
Okay. Boris. What is your favorite body part that begins with the letter C?
Oh, my favorite body parts that begin with letter C is the clavicle.
Okay, all right. Ivan.
Yes.
Ivan, why? So when I caught you under suspicion of being Russian spy, you were creeping outside of the bathroom at a Chili's. Can you explain yourself?
I hate to go really bad, but I don't read American very well, so I didn't know which bathroom to go
Okay,
to.
Vladimir, why were you trying to have sex with a bear? Like,
What is happening?
I was not trying to have sex with the bear. It was Ukrainian bear, and I was trying to subjugate it.
okay,
That was no bear, that was my wife.
trying. I was succeeding.
okay.
You know
Well,
what they say in Russia, bear fuck you.
all right, comrades. Well, I can't tell which one of you really is the Russian spy by my very in-depth interrogation that I just did.
Yeah.
So,
I'm very good for Russian work.
so I guess you're all gonna have to spend the night together in a cell, and in the morning we're gonna find out
Don't leave me with that bear
which
fucker.
one of you is the Russian spy.
Nine.
All right, guys, you're all gonna have to stay the night in the cell together, and in the morning, we're gonna figure out who the Russian spy really is. So everybody bed down, and we'll see you in the morning.
Go to sleep now.
Everybody get out of your beds in the morning. Oh
Wow.
wait, I'm sorry. It looks like Lenin Bogoyevov is dead this morning.
I can't believe it!
So
Who would have killed such a hairy
I know.
man?
Hairy like bear.
okay,
I
so
think he slipped on his vodka.
So Vladimir, Ivan, Boris, you guys
Yes.
need to tell me which one of you three
It
is the
wasn't
Russian
me.
spy.
Oh, it was obviously Boris.
What?
Yes, it's simple.
No.
He is the only
Vladimir.
one who didn't talk last night.
Who do you think's
What?
the Russian spy?
I don't talk in my
I
sleep.
think.
Boris, who do you think is the Russian spy?
I think Ivan is
I
Russian
also
spy.
think Ivan is Russian spy. He is
No.
trying too hard
Okay.
you know.
I will give you M&Ms if you change your verdict.
I love M&M's. But I still think
Wait,
it
You can
was
only
you.
pay me in corn dogs.
So Ivan, you
This
think
is
Boris?
Ghost of Russian.
So-
This is Ghost of Gajovich. It was
So Ivan, you think that Boris was
I
the Russian
think Boris
spy?
was the Russian spy.
That's ridiculous.
Vladimir, who do you think's the Russian spy?
I think Ivan is Russian spy.
And Boris, who
I
do you think's
think
the Russian
Ivan
spy?
is Russian spy.
Okay, so Ivan,
Oh my
no.
god! They killed me dead! No more M&M's for Ivan!
but it turned out that Boris was the Russian
Oh,
spy.
no.
Da, da, da.
He won
Oh,
that
I
game.
win. Oh, this is greatest.
Yeah, so all right, guys, it's nightfall. I can't tell which one of you is the Russian spy. I just texted the person that is the Russian
What?
spy. And,
But I
yeah,
thought you
texted.
didn't know who he was!
So the spy needs
Oh,
to text. The spy needs to text me back
All
and
we
tell
want
me.
is consistency.
This is collusion.
The spy needs to text me back and tell me who he's killing.
The spy who loved me.
We should be Russian more often. This is fun.
I think we should kill Lenin again.
I agree.
Oh
Ghost of
no!
Lenin
They
is
killed
so much more
Lenin!
fun than.
Okay, everybody up.
Oh,
Wake up.
good morning.
Oh.
Oh, wait. I'm sorry. Oh, what'd you say? Good morning? It sounds like you're dead, Boris.
Good morning to you, dead Boris!
It could
Oh
have
no,
been me.
I have become dead.
It could have been me, Lenin Gajovich. I could have died. That would have been very.
I already know
I
who
mean-
the killer is.
The spy could have
I know
killed
who
you.
it is.
Okay,
I
Ivan.
feel quite alive.
There
like
is only
Guy
one
Lively.
person
What
that
was
hates
Guy's
Boris more than anyone else in the world. That is Lenin. Lenin hates Boris
think
so
there is
much.
Oh my god. Next
had
day
to kill him.
Day, we should do entire Russian.
No, Lenin loved everyone. Lenin want all people be happy.
Okay, so Ivan's pretty sure that
Of
it's Lenin.
course. They had
Lenin,
beef.
I
Lenin,
heard Boris was a Bolshevik.
This is the ghost of Boris.
You're full of
Fuck Lenin. His asshole.
Lenin.
Mad mix sucks.
Lenin, who do you think the Russian spy was?
I'm quite confident that this Ivan.
Oh my
I've
God.
never trust.
Once
Ivan.
again,
Always crazy.
there's false
Always
blame.
crazy. Always crazy.
Okay, well,
I will give you
Vladimir.
M&Ms.
Vladimir, it looks like it's up to you. Who do you think the Russian spy
Vladimir.
was?
Obviously, Lenin killed Boris.
Yeah.
Maybe I want to. I don't think I did it though.
He's
This
always
is the
trying
ghost
to
of
run the
Boris.
cell.
It was Lenin.
All right, well, the Russian spy, in fact, was Vladimir, aka James.
Oh,
Nobody voted for him.
Right. But Ivan died, right?
No.
You execute.
Oh, yeah, I did. I executed
again?
Ivan.
Oh my God! I'm dead
You
again.
motherfucker!
Why did I get killed this
John,
time?
who did you say it was the spy? I don't
He
think
said
I
it was
did.
Lenin.
Oh, okay.
Everybody.
And then the both of you said it was Ivan.
No, I said it was Lenin.
Oh,
So
no, okay, no, yeah, Lenin, you
Father
died.
of country, and you guys all be dicks.
Okay, Lenin is dead.
So Lenin dies again.
Yeah, Lenin died. Sorry, Lenin, you
Ghost
died
of
in
Lenin, so angry.
both. Okay, we're gonna do maybe one, maybe two more of these. So I'm about to text who the spy is to the person that is the spy.
Wait,
Just one
Boris
second.
is alive again?
Yeah,
Oh, boy.
everybody get resurrected.
Hooray!
For now,
This is a
boys.
really
In
weird
this-
game.
Wowie wawa.
All right, listen up, you Russian assholes. I can't tell which one of you is the spy, so it's time to go to bed.
But we always die if we go to bed.
I
Well,
don't like this hotel. I feel it's very hostile.
all right. Jesus. All right. Well, you know what, guys? We woke up in the morning, and Ivan is
Oh, it was the ghost
Please
of
be to
Ivan
God,
who
which
killed
I'm
me.
dead.
You can't kill Gaiovic.
Boris.
You can't
Kill
kill
only
Wait,
twice.
wait,
Boris.
who is dead?
Gaiovic.
Ivan, aka
Boris,
John.
Boris has been hitting the vodka pretty hard.
It was Jason Live, guys. He killed me.
It was Joe America. I think it was Lenin.
Okay, all right.
I'm such a nice guy.
Lenin, who do you think
I'm such
killed
a nice
Ivan?
Gaiovic.
Lenin, who killed Ivan?
It was obviously Boris. He's smart talker. He's smart talker. He think that if he blame me, he will not die, but he will die in pain.
No, you're crazy.
Cause he is he's a stupid.
Cousin
So Boris says it's Lenin. Lenin says it's Boris.
No,
Vladimir,
no,
who
it is
was it
cousin
really?
Lenin.
Who do I get to kill now?
Boris. He is not unstoppable.
I'm wondering, was that a fake out when he asked who died?
No, I am just drunk.
He's got M&M's in his
Yes,
pocket.
it was
He's
Boris,
the killer.
Boris's
It
spy.
was a drunken rage. He beat poor Ivan to
No,
death.
I
Okay.
no such
He
thing.
thought it was Jason
I
Life
don't
guy.
even know.
So both Lenin and Vladimir thought it was Boris. It was obviously that Russian dog Boris, and we're gonna kill him. And he was the Russian spy.
Yay!
It was Gaiovic.
This
the
is
whole
Bolshevik.
time. I killed
This is
myself.
Bolshevik.
and then blame Americans.
So in this case, both John and James got a point for correctly identifying the Russian spy. But since James already had a point, that means he won.
I won legitimately.
Vladimir, you just won the game.
This is bullshit.
This is bullshit.
Vladimir Coffee House always wins.
So, James, what are we watching next?
This bullshit.
It's been a while since I've won.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah,
And
now
since-
we're all gonna have to like phantomly break our Russian accents that
yeah.
you guys have been doing for.
Yeah.
I think
And
I'm going to keep
now
it.
No, Lenin Gajovich live on forever in the hearts of man.
Also in a glass box. You can see in the center.
Everyone should appreciate.
Since I win so rarely, I am not going to miss the opportunity to troll you guys.
Oh, and this week we have to do user suggestion.
No.
That was hilarious.
I am going to troll you guys so hard. I am going to troll you with box trolls. We're going to watch box trolls.
Hey,
Box trolls.
I want to see it and it looks cool.
Yeah, it does actually look
We
cool.
haven't done an animated movie yet, have we?
Yeah, right.
Everybody and Sherman.
Mr.
Yeah,
Peabody
we didn't do an
Sherman.
animated movie yet, did we?
And this is also a listener suggestion, I
Is
do
it?
believe.
Oh, really?
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Comes from
Check that box off, too.
Jessamy Green-Husted and Todd Meter, maybe?
Well, go those people for also thinking the way James does. I'm so sorry.
So that's right, ladies and gentlemen, you heard it. Next time that we gather, we are going to be reviewing the movie Box Trolls.
Hooray!
We will watch our movies!
Movies! We'll
Salud.
watch American
Salud,
movie.
comrade.
Review on American internet.
Good night, everybody!
Russia is greatest country. Ukraine does not really exist.
I don't know the words. Russia is greatest country.
Kazakhstan, greatest country in the world. All other countries run by little girls.
Good night, everybody.
Czechoslovakia also doesn't
All other
exist.
countries have inferior potassium.
Good nights!
A great big thank you to our staff graphic artist, Tabby Walters, the Weekly Cast, and our listeners. You can listen to our podcast on iTunes, the Stitcher app, through YouTube, or directly on our website. Feel free to send us a movie review suggestion. Every third episode is Listener Appreciation, where we choose from your suggestions. You can reach us through social media, either by liking our Facebook page, John Hates Movies YouTube channel, or following our Twitter at John Hates Movies. Our music was composed by Kevin MacLeod. You can find this track and many more on his website, incompetech.com. Thanks for listening, and tune in next week to hear someone say...